While local multiplayer gaming, otherwise known as couch co-op, isn't all that feasible at the moment due to obvious reasons, there's still nothing quite like it. Enter Total Arcade Racing, which does exactly as it says on the tin. It provides top-down racing for up to 8 players locally for both PC and Switch. What it lacks in graphical prowess, it absolutely makes up for in multiplayer fun. First thing to mention is that Total Arcade Racing follows the no weapon model of arcade racing. Here, it's all about driving skills and not lobbing missiles at each other. It gives the game a bit more of a genuine racing game feel than just a party game feel, though it's not as detailed in its handling compared to similar modern top-down titles. Each race consists of 4 laps around various circuits in your chosen car, and first one home wins. There are a variety of cars and tracks to unlock by playing either time trial or championship mode, and the bar is set very low to unlock the next track in the menu. Cars do indeed handle differently based on which you choose. It's not entirely cosmetic here, with the lower C-class cars being tame and compliant, and A-class cars being far quicker but much harder to master. Driving is rather drifty, as to almost be expected in this style, but it's a heap of fun for anyone, from those simply wanting a fun game to play with friends to someone who's just hopped off a 3-hour iRacing sesh. The single player consists of about what you'd expect, playing against AI through championship and elimination modes, and by yourself in time trials. Now the latter is really interesting when the real world leaderboard spits out a real player ghost for you to race against. Alongside championship and time trials, you have elimination mode, which nukes the player in last place after each lap. Now the AI's pathing isn't super diverse, they all follow the same line and don't take shortcuts, so playing solo isn't that much of a challenge. That is a minor criticism, but it's not really how this game should be played, it's not what it's intended for, so multiplayer is where it really shines. You can play through the aforementioned game modes with up to 8 real-life players, much like Smash Bros, filling any empty spots with AI. There are also a ton of mini-games to try out alongside your usual racing. Survivor pits you against explosive red cars, avoid them or die. Demolition Derby is pretty self-explanatory, but with a Battle Royale-style shrinking play area. Car Hockey is flat Rocket League, with no score or time limit it seems, which is strange. I guess you'll have to decide on the winning criteria yourself. And Delivery sees you take on the role of an incredibly competitive group of Amazon drivers, dragging wooden crates behind your car in hopes of delivering it to a spot on the map, without your opponents crashing into the box in hopes of stealing it from you. These modes prove to be a ton of fun, perhaps even more so than the racing, but overall multiplayer is where this game is really at. Considering the price point of only about £10, it's totally reasonable. As said, the single player is pretty sterile, but you and your mates will get a kick out of the multiplayer once you're back together again. The game, however, doesn't have any online multiplayer, unless you use remote play together on Steam, which is alright. The Switch version is entirely couch co-op only, I'm afraid. It's not a huge deal breaker, but don't go diving into this hoping you can play this with your friends across the net. If you're needing a cheap, quick and fun party game for your next eventual get-together, look no further than Total Arcade Racing. Total Arcade Racing is now available on Nintendo Switch as of today, and has now left early access on Steam. An Xbox One version is in the pipeline too. If you've had a bash on this, then let me know in the comments section down below. Subscribe to the Traxion channel for more game reviews like this in the future. I've been Rich, keep it pinned, and I'll see you next time.